Hey everyone, welcome to season 3 of STEM Time with Navya and Aishwarya. We are your hosts, Navya.
And Aishwarya.
We have a very special guest today for this episode in this season. Remember, this season will bring in many guest speakers within the STEM field, such as professors, students, and many other people in order to discuss their background, their experiences, and how they proceed to use their knowledge for the benefits of others in the field.
Exactly. So today's episode is really special. So let's get started with our discussion about students in STEM. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Divya. Could you tell us a little about yourself, your interests, and your organization?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here and I'd love to answer that question. So, to start off, I'm Divya and I'm a sophomore in high school. I enjoy reading, traveling, writing, and helping out the community. Because I am someone who loves working in the community, it's hard to find flaws within the community and do nothing about it and find no solution for those flaws. So, one flaw that I recently found over the summer during the COVID-19 quarantine was that the community didn't really give children that many opportunities to explore different career fields within the STEM field and outside the STEM field in order for those children to find out what they like. And another flaw I found was that the community didn't give enough tutoring resources to help those children that couldn't understand what they had learned during quarantine and virtual learning. So I took those two flaws together, trying to find a solution for both of them, and I came up with Tutor Olive. Tutor Olive is a free K through 12 tutoring platform that provides tutoring in core academic subjects and career technical subjects. At Tutor Olive, children have the opportunity to explore different career fields, both within and outside of the STEM field, and some career fields can be tutored upon request, and they can do that while improving their understandings of the academic courses that they study at school.
That sounds amazing. Wow. It's a great thing to use your knowledge and abilities and implement them in community organizations like yours. So that's amazing. So going on to our next question, with this work about this organization creating the tutoring resources in the STEM field for students in your community, what have you learned from your work? So we'll be getting a little more in depth into like the life lessons you've learned and things like that. But as of now, like what skills have you gained or capabilities have you learned from implementing this organization?
Well, I've actually learned so much in the short time that Tutor Olive has been around. So, to start off, I've learned how to manage a lot on my plate while managing my time successfully. Because if you didn't know, I do run Tutor Olive by myself, and there is no executive board behind it because I am someone who is independent and likes to get work done on her own. So with Tutor Olive, there's a lot of responsibilities that come with it, like managing social media, getting in touch with students, tutors, and obviously acting as customer service to make sure that your organization is running well. All right. So with Tutor Olive, I really learned how to improve my people skills, managing my time successfully, and overall just well rounding myself for the future.
Yeah, I think that's actually really important. Something that a lot of people don't have, and a reason that they're not able to successfully implement their ideas, their amazing thoughts they have, is mainly because of the lack of soft skills. So I think that's something that's really important in today's world to have and be able to talk to people, just generally and casually. It's not something that everyone has. So I think that's really great. So moving on to our next question, what's the biggest challenge you have with your specific role, especially since you're a founder and you're independent, you don't really have a team with you, and how did you overcome it?
So the biggest challenge as the CEO and founder of Tutor Olive has definitely been managing the company on my own. There's a lot to get done when you are managing a tutoring platform, and I'm not going to lie, it can get frustrating at times and you can easily overwork yourself. So to overcome this, I usually take time to myself, take time to have fun, because it's important not to just focus on one thing, such as work, it's important to live your life as a teenager, have fun, and do things that a quote, quote, normal teenager would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's
Absolutely.
great. Yeah. And, you talked a lot about facing challenges with, being independent, not really having a team. So, in terms of that, what is your biggest failure and what did you learn from that?
That's a tough one because I don't really keep track of failures because while failures help you learn, I don't think it's appropriate or that necessary to have a constant track of your failures that can weigh you down. But in terms of hardships, I feel like one of the biggest failures I've had is keeping my followers engaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay, because
definitely.
it can be easy to get followers, but coming up with constant quality and engaging content can be tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I to really learn from that experience and to do better in the future, what I usually do is you got to look at other tutoring platforms and other NPOs and other organizations like yours to get ideas. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not cheating or anything because ideas, they can trigger a much better idea in your head, if that makes sense. All right. So
Yeah,
looking at
definitely.
one person, so yeah. So looking at one person's post on Instagram can help you create something much, much better. It's completely unrelated to that post in your head, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Building
Absolutely.
on others' ideas is very important. You learn a lot from others, and it's very important to understand that concept and being willing enough to accept that you're not perfect and there is room for improvement always.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Looking at other people's idea, it's a completely different thing to just take that idea, but obviously that's a whole other situation. But looking at different ideas and what other people are doing can really spark ideas within yourself that comes naturally with and is a completely different idea, your own twist to it, or your own skills and knowledge put onto it, and experiences will change that, and implementing that in the organization is an important thing. And I also agree with the fact that you were talking about failures. Failures is such a huge word. It's a strong word, it's like a very negatively connotative word, right? And so and it's important to not linger on those failures and think about, and like you were saying, keep track of those, because they are things that gradually occur and will gradually help your organization, because you can learn from them. And so they are just steps in which you have to overcome, and you learn from them instead of saying the huge word of failure. So that's kind of transitions to our next question, which is what's one thing that you wish you had known when you began your organization, right? Like right now, you have gotten some experience in maintaining an audience and getting people to come to the organization and starting the organization. But what is something that you would want to tell yourself, to your past self, of when you were just thinking of starting the organization?
Well, that's a great question. And honestly, I wish someone had told me that marketing is a really, really big thing, and social media marketing is not easy at all.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and effort to build up a network with other organizations in order to promote yours while creating engaging content so your followers don't press that unfollow button. Marketing is a really, really big thing, and I think a lot of times organizations underestimate the power of marketing because you can't just create a website and call it a day and hope that the Google SEO or the Wix SEO or whatever website builder you're using, SEO will help you gain clients and tutors or whatever your target audience is to do all the work. You need to put up your end of the deal and you need to branch out. You need to talk with other people. You need to go out on social media, get out of your comfort zone to really broaden your network. And when starting Tutor Olive, I wasn't so sure that marketing was going to be like a big deal. I was like, oh, marketing, whatever, it's easy. But now that I've had some experience, I know that it's not that easy, and it plays a really, really crucial role in expanding your organization.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I know I face challenges when I try to advertise something or look at the marketing side for other organizations that I'm a part of. And it's definitely a struggle, especially as a high schooler. And I know you're a sophomore, and people just don't think you're very passionate about something. They think you're just doing something lightly for the fun of it. They don't really think you care about it. And it's not that we're not wise enough or not talented enough. They just think that we don't put in effort and time. And it's really hard to convey that. But I feel like when you start from the base spot of, talking to friends, family, people you've even just met, anyone can make a difference. So it's so important to especially get out of your comfort zone, like you mentioned, because that's one thing I struggled with actually. Talking to people was not my strength, but I knew that to be able to survive in the real world and to be able to put up with everything that I wanted to achieve, that's something I had to be able to do. And marketing is actually one of the things that really brought that out for me. So I'm really glad I did pursue it. And I think it's one of the biggest challenges all organizations face in their founding stage, especially because of how hard it is to get people to listen to you when it's just simply an idea that's being implemented rather than being a well-established organization. And speaking about that, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out or who's wanting to pursue a STEM career similar to yours?
So, first things first, if you would like to start your own organization, the first piece of advice I'm going to give you is don't give up. I know it's something that's always said and it's quite a repetitive phrase, but honestly, don't give up. Stay determined, because if you truly believe in your organization's mission statement, then others will too, and your organization will gain popularity. It will take time for your organization to grow, but that's honestly okay. Just be patient, just work your hardest at all times. Put all of your effort into your work. Believe in your work, okay? Don't give up hope just because you've lost followers on Instagram or Facebook. Don't give up hope because your organization isn't as popular as others. It takes time. Everyone struggles, and that's completely okay.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Mhm. I was just gonna say, that's so true. And giving up is very easy, especially when things don't follow what your vision was, or it doesn't seem like it's going in the right direction. But something to remember is that persistence is key, and it sounds very cliche and something that's always said. But when you actually analyze those words, persistence is key. It's so important to consistently follow your passion, follow your mission, follow your vision. Those things are so important, and without feeling those things, it's pretty much not possible to be successful or just even do something that you really want to do, because you have to remember that unless you try and put in all your effort to do what you want to achieve, it won't be possible.
yeah,
Exactly.
definitely agree.
I completely agree with that. Yeah. With the persistence is key, don't give up. All of those are extremely important in achieving your vision. Now that we're talking about those stages, I also want to take a step back and talk about that vision portion. You always want to have a clear definition of your vision. You don't want to just say like, I want to do this. You want to know, I want to do this. How will I do it? What goals do you have in mind? What specific goals? You have to have a clear vision before you go into that. And also, another thing I want to add is like your passion is what you're going for, right? Your vision, your goal, all of that is with your interest in a certain field or helping others, whatever your specific passion is. And it's different for each person, right? And so you want to always think that instead of thinking about the opposite side, which is like, oh, I have to spend so much time on marketing or and this and that, those, you have to think of those as things of side effects of your passion. So if you're working towards something, think of it as spending time as side effects of those, and it'll come naturally to you. So that's also a great way of doing time management. So managing your time, just think of it as something that you would do for fun, like a hobby or playing a musical instrument, whatever your hobbies are, just think of that interest or whatever your organization is or your career is, that is your fun time, essentially. And so your hobbies, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with the time management, definition of your vision, a clear vision, and that's will really help you in succeeding in the future. And so along with that, along with the creating the vision, the goal, of course, it's there will be certain things, outside influences that will help you along the way. So Divya, I wanted to ask you, what are the best resources that have helped you along the way throughout this journey?
So definitely the best resources that have helped me expand Tutor Olive are Facebook and Instagram. Before Tutor Olive, I'm not gonna lie, I was not experienced with any social media or anything. I never really had any real apps or social media devices or accounts. So when I got Instagram and Facebook for Tutor Olive, they made it really easy for me to expand my network and communicate with other organizations. And they really helped me develop better marketing strategies. And another thing I wanted to put out is that the NPO community that Instagram and Facebook have introduced me to has definitely helped me gain connections and strengthen Tutor Olive's community, because they're constantly supporting the community that Tutor Olive has created. And another app or connection that has helped me is Slack. Like, if you are unfamiliar with Slack, Slack is just sort of like a Discord slash chat app that helps connect people, and it's mostly used in a workplace setting. And in the NPO community, a lot of NPOs have their own Slack channel, which connects them to other NPOs and other wonderful people. And Slack has really been helpful for me and Tutor Olive, because not only has it introduced me to other opportunities within other NPOs, but it has also helped me expand Tutor Olive and introduce Tutor Olive to those that might not have Instagram or Facebook.
Absolutely. Social media is works wonders in the world today. It connects people all over the world. It helps you grow an audience for beautiful causes like your organization. It gives awareness to problems in the community, problems in the world, and so many different things. A follow-up question I wanted to quickly ask, in terms of the STEM field and creating like helping students out in your tutoring organization for STEM. What are some resources that you would recommend to students who are passionate or are dreaming of being in the STEM field in the future?
Resources wide, well, for starters, I would definitely think about taking some tutoring classes from Tutor Olive, because we help students expand their knowledge in their general area of interest. All right. And another thing I would recommend is joining some STEM organizations through Instagram. There are a lot of STEM organizations out there. Some or most are youth led. And honestly, I think if you look enough, you will find them. Just on top of my head, I know there's Head Start STEM on Instagram. There's also the STEAM Foundation. And the organizations like these will help you broaden your network, help you get involved in the STEM field, and help you develop your passion in the STEM field.
Yeah, I think that's great. And it's really important to find the correct resources, actually. Just thinking about what's comfortable for you, what you think will actually help you learn. Because, there's different types of learners that I know of, visual, and, learning through listening. And when you find the correct way to learn, it can be really beneficial because you'll like what you learn, you'll be passionate about the things that you learn, and you'll do well in things that you want to excel at. So I think it's really important to find the correct resources. And I really do believe that Tutor Olive is great and that you offer amazing resources, especially for kids who, want to pursue STEM, because most, subjects are related to STEM related fields that can be tutored. So I'm really happy that, we got to talk about some things that kids can go towards to excel and learn about things they're passionate about. So thank you for that. And our final question for today is actually, what does the STEM field mean to you, and how have you helped others in STEM?
So I'm going to be honest here. STEM has helped me so much, and I feel like it's honestly been the base of where I'm headed career-wise. So during virtual learning and during my first year of high school, I really developed my passion for medicine, which is something that you probably didn't get the vibe of because, hey, I found a tutoring organization. But hear me out. Once I really discovered my passion for medicine through the STEM field, I was inspired to help others find their passion in the career field, which is another reason why I added career technical education tutoring in Tutor Olive, because I wanted to help others find the passion in their desired STEM field because I had already found my desire in medicine and to help others through medicine through STEM. All right. And knowing that, I think it's easy to assume that Tutor Olive would be non existent without STEM and without my passion for medicine. All right. And when it comes to STEM and how I've helped others in STEM, I want to say that I've helped Tutor Olive students and tutors further develop their passion in medicine, science, math, and so many more subjects. And I can't wait to help more Tutor Olive community members in the future through STEM.
Yeah, that's great.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I'm really happy to see where Tutor Olive is going to go. I really think that it's going to reach great heights just because of the amazing things and mission behind Tutor Olive to help students learn and excel in subjects they're passionate about and to academically achieve, or no matter what they do, just taking that extra step to be involved in another way. So I'm really glad, we've got to talk about the different ways that students can be involved in STEM, whether it's as a mentor, a mentee, or even just exploring the STEM field as an individual.
Absolutely. The things that a passion in the STEM field can do, you can have so many opportunities for yourself to do in the career field. You can help others by creating organizations like Tutor Olive and helping other students find out what their what their passion is if they don't have as many opportunities as we do. And so I think your mission of Tutor Olive is just amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of this information with us. We had a great time. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope all of our listeners will go and check out your page on Instagram and all social medias and hopefully join your organization as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Navya and Aishwarya, for having me on STEM Time podcast today, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliments and everything. It honestly warms my heart knowing that people really appreciate what Tutor Olive is doing and what I have done so far. And I only hope to expand Tutor Olive much more. All right, and thank you so much for having me today and hosting this wonderful interview, and I can't wait to collaborate with you guys once more in the future.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for being here today. We had a really amazing time talking to you. And if you guys haven't already, go and check out Tutor Olive. They have amazing resources posted on their page, as well as tutors available to teach you. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely go look there. And thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We hope you had a great time. Keep listening to our podcast for upcoming guest speakers and fun discussions that we are going to have weekly. So thank you guys so much once again, and bye bye.
Bye, guys.